Once upon a time, storage units were just that. Storage. They were where you kept your overflow of life, your old furniture, the guitar you swore you'd fix, or even your grandma's porcelain collection. Over the years, people have used them for just about everything. Temporary housing, art studios, tattoo studios, and unfortunately, in darker corners of history, for crimes. But lately, a new wave of entrepreneurs have decided to turn them into something else. Beauty salons. More specifically, lash studios. I'm sorry, but it's too much going around nowadays to be doing hair in a storage unit. I would instantly turn around.
I'm sorry, but I don't do hair and we didn't ask.
Call state board immediately.
Call, please.
What do y'all do about air conditioning? Do you leave the door open or?
I have a fan.
Not trying to hate, but isn't this illegal?
Do your research.
Do you disclose the storage unit before the client's book? Just curious.
Obviously, nobody is blindsided before nor after booking. People are well aware.
How do you wash your hands between clients with no sink?
Wear gloves.
Are the gloves in the room with us?
Oh no!
About a month ago, I made a community post seeking to collab with a lash esthetician, state licensed lash esthetician. And let's just say things didn't go as planned, so maybe in the future, I'll collab with somebody. But for now, we're gonna get into this video. First things first, this is illegal. If you had a license, this you would know. There are many legal and health implications that a lot of people don't realize until things hit the fan. Today, we're gonna be talking about the Lash Bar. Now, she is not the only person that does this. She is just louder with her digital footprint than all the others that I've seen. Whether you get permission from the storage manager or not, it doesn't make a difference. Actually, you become more of a liability for the storage unit. So there's a 0.001 chance that manager will actually tell you yes. That has to do with taxes, that has to do with zonings. So it would be a hefty fee they would have to pay if something were to go wrong and they realize why it went wrong and they realize that the manager gave you permission. It's just not something a storage manager or an owner would ever want to back up. Now, as I was doing research on her, I realized that she is certified. However, I'm gonna take the state of Texas, for example. Applying eyelash extensions isn't a hobby. It needs to be done the legal way. So to legally apply lashes for money, you need to be licensed through the Texas Department of Licensing and Regulation, which means completing 320 hours of training at an approved school and passing a state exam. So those $99 or $200, I believe, of those get a certification in a day courses, they're all just cute marketing. They're not legally recognized. And I was gonna put her face out there. I'm talking about the lady that gives out these courses to someone like the Lash Bar. However, I quickly learned that what she does is actually not illegal. Her training courses are legit. However, they're nothing that will contribute towards the 320 hours needed for a aspiring lash tech to get her license. Now, the Lash Bar is in the DMV, Maryland specifically, and I'm sure the rules are different there. However, when it comes to her getting her certification, all of this still applies to that. Now, moving on to the storage unit. There is no ventilation, no sink, there's no plumbing, and the lighting is gonna be whatever is on top if they have the open freaking storage units, or whatever freaking cord they're able to snake through the door. Some of them even rely on generators and run the generators inside the storage unit. And that is just a disaster waiting to happen. Carbon monoxide is dangerous. It kills. So I would not recommend. Now, I saw some comments here and there of them backing up the Lash Bar and saying, oh, this is legal. She asked the manager, sorry, it's a joke. It's a joke. I can't take it seriously. You asked the manager, so it's fine. Everything's fine. No, that's not how that works. I was like, how is she getting away with this? Or is there a loophole in the lease agreement? Overall, the storage units have a section, a very harmless section in their freaking lease that says something along the lines of, you may store business equipment in this unit. Now, some people just decide to twist those words into thinking that they can operate a business inside that storage unit. It makes no sense. That's the point. Storage companies such as Public Storage or Extra Space Storage clearly prohibit customer-facing operations on their property. If something happens, a fire, an injury, a chemical reaction, you can kiss your insurance goodbye because they'll point to the lease, shrug their shoulders, and say, you knew better. Then there's the hygiene problem that I spotted. Lash extensions involve adhesive, tweezers, iPads, and glues that can emit fumes. And without ventilation or even sanitation sinks, her wearing freaking gloves, bacteria and chemical exposure can skyrocket. So imagine a space meant to store couches and Christmas decorations being repurposed as a semi-medical environment. One slip, one contaminated tool, and you've turned a beauty treatment into an infection. We're gonna go to her website and see if she's as transparent as she claims. I hope you guys know that this is illegal. But before we do that, I just want to take the moment to say thank you to all my anti-deluded members for always showing me love and support, as well as everybody else. We're getting closer and closer to 200K, and as much as I yap, I'm left speechless. I'm filled with gratitude, and I'm glad I'm not operating in a storage unit. No hate, no shade, just awareness. Hope you guys are enjoying the early access. Hope you guys are enjoying the extra videos, the badges. Without wasting any more time, let's get into this website. So this is her Instagram. I think she has her stories up. Okay, she's just showing her work here. Yeah, let's get into District Heights, $25 non-refundable deposit. Click book now for pricing and availability. Gonna click on here, and man, I swear, I don't know, maybe I need to start my own company where I teach people how to do their websites correctly, because it is illegible, or maybe I'm just blind. Okay, we're not gonna critique that. I've done that in the past. We're not gonna do that. I'm Anaya, a certified lash technician with a passion for enhancing natural beauty through the art of lashes. I specialize in creating custom lashes, extension, blah, 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 blah. Prepare for your booking. Remove all glue residue from lashes. Please communicate if running late. Arrive to your appointment with a fresh face free of oils, makeup, mascara, or lotion. Because I don't have a sink to clean your face. Anyway, remaining balance can be paid in cash. Of course it can. Arrive on time, no extra guests. I do not work over another artist's work. Cancel if feeling sick. Booking policies, cancellations. A 24-hour notice is required prior to cancellation or rescheduling of any service. A $25 non-refundable deposit is required. The remaining balance can be paid in cash. Refunds are not offered. And if you're new here, the reason why it's cash is because of taxes for the most part. Running away from your taxes. Guests, for safety and sanitation. No extra guests. Oh my God. That has to be a joke. That has to be a joke. You, of all people, talk about sanitation? No, ma'am. And then she has late arrivals. She has squeeze and fees, I'm sure. If you're unsatisfied, allow 24 hours for you to voice your dislike so that I can fix the problem free of charge. I do not offer refunds. You will offer refunds when someone sues you for what you did. A lawsuit is way greater than you doing this the right way. I'm telling you right now, and that is out of tough love. Partner with a licensed salon or something to help you out. It is not worth it. She goes on to list her pricings. Does she DM people once they book to know that they're going into a storage unit? Or like, I don't see where the transparency is. I agree to have less applied or removed from blah, blah, blah. And I call to is external allocation. I'm trying to complete this. Okay, quiz times. I agree to understand the artist associated with artificial lashes. Okay, I'm trying to see where she actually discloses where she is. Yes, I agree. Continue to payment. Oh, my name? Okay, so I had to go up and fill out my first name, my last name, phone number, address. I have read, and yes, oh my gosh. Yes, I agree. Is that how that's done? Continue to payment. Okay, let's see. $88, Bob. There's still nothing that's telling me that this is gonna be in a storage unit. So I'm assuming that she lets people know after they've booked. There's nothing here that tells me that who I'm about to book with is a scam. Oh, also, this is the certification that I was talking about. That's the person that gave her the certification. And like I said, I vetted that person and she's not in the wrong of anything. It's just the nail techs that are failing to be anti-delusional. And so they run their business anyway, illegally. No hate, no shade to you, girl, but you got to do better. If anything, let this be a warning to everybody, as well as the other people that are operating in a storage unit, that doing it the right way is always better than a lawsuit. Once again, not that I have to say it again, this video isn't about hate. It is about a public service announcement. Y'all let me know what you guys think of the situation in the comment section down below, and I'll see y'all next time.